Welcome to Reckless Paradise, everyone. I'm your host, Marissa, and I'm here with my co host, Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a very good week. I've had a really weird but good week in a way.
Well, I was gonna say, mine's not as weird or anything, but I had a pretty good week, I think.
Yeah, that's good. So, thanks for joining us tonight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. We are back with our monthly episode of Shoot the Shit. You know how this goes. We've been doing this for 5 months. We've started Shoot the Shit in November of last year. We are on
Mhm.
episode 5 tonight. So if you guys don't remember how Shoot the Shit goes, basically we talk about anything. There's no set topic. There's no all uncensored, all right here out in the freaking open.
Yep, and it just so happens to fall on a day that we'll get to in a little bit, but it should be a national holiday by this point.
It should fucking be. Um, Actually, no, fuck it. We're gonna get to it now. So today is March 16th, which is, if you guys do it by number, it'd be 316. And if you're a wrestling fan like me and Dystro here, we're more like wrestling nerds, but it is Stone Cold Steve Austin Day.
Oh, hell
Hell
yeah!
yeah!
What are you talking about? Stop.
Oh my god. How long did it take you to practice that impression, Dystro?
Oh, it took me a long time. Had to get it down. What? Had to get it down. What? I had to get it down to the science.
Oh my god, so happy 316 day, everybody, for all you wrestling nerds out there like us. My god, friggin' Stone Cold was something else back in the day.
Oh yeah, like he dominated the early, I guess mid to late '90s with the Attitude Era stuff,
With The Rock,
with the Rock. Oh God, like Rock. I guess Mankind at some point.
Triple
Uh,
H,
Tr-
DX,
yeah, DX and Sean at Mania.
Shawn.
Why'd you kick him, Sean? Calm down, Sean.
My god, now unfortunately, I wasn't born till '02. You were born in '98, so you were born like right in the peak of like the Attitude Era.
Yeah, it was just about. It was like 3 years removed from not being Attitude Era anymore.
Wow.
Because like '01 is like that '01 Mania 17 was like kind of like the end of the Attitude Era, going into like more like ruthless aggression
Ruthless
era.
aggression.
Ruthless aggression. Um. So yeah. So it's like I wasn't comprehending anything yet, but it's like I know like Stone Cold's like one of the all-time like greats in his own right, but he can also be comedic when he wants to be. Like the first thing comes to mind is like the supermarket scene with him and Booker in like
Oh
'02.
Lord, I think we literally been talking about this the past couple of weeks because like we've been
Yeah.
on like a Booker T thing lately, just like watching funny Booker T commentary moments, and
I'm Black
I'm like
Snow.
Snow, and he's like fucking like doing commentary while he's attacking people in the ring, and it's just
Hey, Booker
it's
T's about to get a super kid.
oh
um that comes to mind like the trilogy of Rock and Austin at three different manias. One was 97, or no, it was 99, and then '01, and then '03.
jeez, oh my god,
So it's like they had a long rivalry, like spanning s- what, like
I
4
can't,
years.
I can't math.
It was from like '99 to '03, so like 4 or 5 years.
About 5 years, yeah, about 5 years. We're talking. We're gonna have to do an episode like about that rivalry in particular. So remind me to come back
Write
to
it down,
that.
write it down,
Write it
write
down. Yeah, I'll
it
fucking make a note of it. So anyways, yeah, happy 316 day, you guys. Stone Cold Steve Austin fanatics out there. Drink some beer, even though I don't drink, but drink some beer.
Drink some beer, drink your Steve Washers, stun your boss, wham! Eat some cookies.
or in our case, stun your best friend.
Wow. You mealy mouth bastard.
Oh my god. So okay. So you know how we do the series every month. Let's do a recap of how our months have been. I'm gonna start with what happened today. I had a dentist appointment today, this morning, and it's just my typical 6 month checkup. Get my teeth clean, stuff like that. So I've had problems. I think you guys remember already now. Like I have been having really bad pain with my wisdom teeth lately, just because they're coming in. And I guess that's all it is. Like all that pain is just growing pains. It's not like causing any problems. And they told me, they're like, oh, it's up to you if you want to get them removed. Like I don't think I need them removed right now. Like they're not like causing any infection or anything. It's just like
The pain.
squeezing my jaw because they're growing in. Um, but yeah, they told me just take pain relievers, use Oragel, which I've been doing, so it has been helping. But yeah, it has been a really painful month when it comes to that in particular.
Yeah, it's like I know you've been Snapchatting me being like, "Don't you just love when you have pain on pod night?" It's like it's been like every pod night.
In February, yeah, like the whole month of February, it was just like every freaking night we had to do a podcast episode, my mouth would start hurting like a couple hours prior. I'm just like, what the frick? Like, I got a show to do here, and my mouth wants to like not cooperate, and it's just, but lately, in so far in March, I've only had maybe a couple days where there was a little bit of pain. So what they told me is, so picture this in your head. The bottom half of my mouth, I'll start with that. On the bottom right side, I got a tooth that's literally just coming in, like just trying to poke in. And then I
Mhm.
have the bottom left part of my mouth. There's nothing. Nothing's come in yet. Okay, so we move to the top half of my mouth. The top right, that tooth is 100% in. So that one, I'm not going to feel anything anymore pain wise. And then the top left, that one's like about maybe 25, 50% in. So I've got a little ways to go. But hey, at least one's already in.
Right, right.
Oh man. Um, but yeah, it's been a really weird month. Like this whole past month. Like I've had like sadness swings and just like flashbacks and stuff like that. But Dystro already knows about it.
Yep.
But
I already know.
what about you, Dystro? How's your month been this past month?
Well, just let's see, Tuesday, 2 days ago, I had my.
Infusion.
I was trying to think of my. It's my. This would be my fifth infusion of.
Wow. Wait a minute. So you started the infusions literally the same month we started shoot the shit.
Basically, yeah.
Wow. Hey, that's cool. Easy way to keep track of how many infusions you've had.
Yeah. Because it was like I started in November,
Jeez.
and then I had one for every month. So this would be my fifth one. Um, the nurse, I've already told Marissa about this, but the nurse, she was a really sweet older lady and stuff like that. Her name was Heather. Um, and she would always like try to crack jokes and all that stuff, which is a good thing because like you want to keep the patient like kind of like um um loose, like let them loose and stuff. And
Keep them occupied, kind of
yeah,
thing.
keep them occupied. And so she tried to get me on my right arm. She tried to get me in the middle of like where the elbow meets like
Ugh,
and stuff,
ugh.
but not in the elbow. um so she tried to get me right there. She's like, yeah, well, she's like, she tried to find one, but then she had to move down just a little bit more, like,
Ugh,
mm, not even like maybe like 2 or 3 inches away.
ugh,
And she left a little bit of a bruise,
ugh.
and then bleh. um, but then she had to get another nurse come in, and that nurse she got on her first try on the top of my arm,
Wow.
and
Jeez.
that was the spot that they had to do last time too.
Like I told you last night, I would have been fucking in tears. Like I would have been crying by like the second needle. Like
she was like, I said, you do what you need to do. I said, I'm just here.
Oh, I don't know how you can tolerate it. Like, I'd be fucking
Well,
crying.
it's just because I've gotten used to that pain a lot. It's not like, like if I have like a tattoo tomorrow or something like that, it's gonna hurt, but like, I mean, I could probably get used to it, but like I've gotten used to like shots and needles my whole life because I've like when I was younger, I had to have two like steroid shots in my thighs.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, and I went, fuck.
Oh,
and and I was like, ah, ha, ha. I was in pain. I was literally in pain. I was crying in
like I
pain.
like I don't mind getting like vaccines because like I've had vaccines all my life. I just got one in October. I had to get my flu shot. I'm used to that. That don't hurt me. It's when you have to freaking prick me on like my forearm, like to draw blood. I can't. Just thinking about it. It's just thinking about I'm getting pale. Like
It's,
just
it's
faints
like
on
it's
the podcast. Show over.
it's like how like cats like when they like when you show a cat something and they smell it, they go
Yeah.
it's like that's you.
Oh my god.
But it's like the infusions have been helping, which I've noticed like a huge improvement.
Mhm.
Next month would be my sixth
Half a
one.
year already. Wow.
Yeah. Um, and then the week after that, I have to go to the mall
The mall.
in Gaines. Well, where the mall is at, like little like section, like a big huge section of it, whereas like it's like a UF health like area. So they have like radiology, they have a cancer center, um, um, like eye center, like a whole bunch of like different like offices for different things, and that's where I have to go get my MRI done.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Yeah. So it's just because they want to, well, Dr. Solomon, he wants to see what how I've been doing with all the infusion stuff and how it's affecting my head,
Mhm.
because like they want to see like if there's like anything like different, or if I am just staying the same course, or if there's something like majorly like different, like I said. um so I mean, it's good because it's
Yeah.
like I hadn't seen him since since I got diagnosed.
Yeah, back in the fall of last year.
Yeah, so
Jeez.
then he
Wow.
said, but then he said, like after this one, he said, um, well, I don't have to see him until August, but
Yeah.
um, he said like after that, he said, if I don't need to see him anymore, for any more follow-ups, he said he could just schedule me on for like a year. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, hopefully it all goes well. Like I'll be thinking of it. Like I feel like you're taking this all like a champ. Like I was just telling somebody that I think it was yesterday. I was like, yeah, my podcast partner is taking this like a champ. Like he's been trucking through. And it is hard like battling that kind of thing. I mean, like take a look at Billy Talent's drummer Aaron. Like
Aaron.
he's been going through it for like many years since he was younger.
Hmm.
But I feel like he's a big inspiration for you in that way, which is awesome.
Yeah, because it's like instead of me giving up and stuff that like some people probably have before, like like I just took it head on and
Ran with it.
just ran, yeah, ran with it.
You booked for your life.
Somebody say book. Oh,
Oh
sorry.
god. Well, I hope all goes well with you, Dystro.
I hope so too. Jeez.
Um, so let's switch gears here. So we have been listening to a lot of music the past month.
Hmm.
Oh
A
man.
lot.
So we just started our Def Leppard pilgrimage. This month we wrapped up Blink at the end of February, which was awesome.
It's all right.
To
Tell
tell me. What do you think about
About
me?
me
I won't try to
to
argue.
argue or hold
Hold
it
it against
against
you.
you. But yeah, like that pilgrimage was fucking fun because it was
It
just like
was.
it's like I kind of knew the main hits,
But
like
yeah, I
like
mean,
we both did, like
yeah,
but like after listening to it like all in full, like there was some hit or miss. Like there was like one hit or miss album,
yeah.
like which was nine, obviously.
9. Oh, man.
But like Cheshire Cat was fun.
Buddha
Yeah,
was fun too.
Yeah, Buddha, but I think that was like a precursor to.
It was like, yeah, like a lot of like demos. Like to me, it sounded
Yeah,
like demos, but they had some like tracks that were on Buddha, but didn't make it to Cheshire Cat.
yeah.
I like the goofy songs that we found. Like built this pool from California.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh God.
Woo, woo.
Oh, that's built this pool.
I know,
Wee,
but
wee. And then like there was some really hidden ones too, like the bonus tracks from Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. There was like two on each for each color.
oh god.
What the fuck was the one? Oh, what the hell was it? Now I gotta look it up. It's gonna drive me nuts. I want to go back and listen to those, like, because I feel like I don't remember them now.
I remember one was like "fuck your grandma" or something.
Okay,
Wasn't that one of
how do,
them?
oh my god, I put Jackson instead of Jacket. I'm thinking of my fucking WWE character. Oh, here it is. Okay, so there's time to let me see. Oh, let me. There's Don't Tell Me That It's Over. Time to Break Up. When You Fucked Grandpa.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Mother's Day. Oh my god, you gotta play that
Mother's
shit
Day
in the
was
car.
funny.
Yes. What Went Wrong and Fuck a Dog.
Okay, well that's just random. It's always random.
I love Blink. Like that's what I like about Blink. They're like kids. Like, like no matter how old they get. Like Mark just turned 51 yesterday. Like
It
no
doesn't
matter
look
how
like
old
it.
he really doesn't either. And like no matter how old they get, like they're still gonna have like that same personality.
Oh yeah, because they're complete goofballs, obviously.
I fucking love them. I can't wait for the new album to come out this year. And that means like we're technically not done, if you think
hmm
about it.
Yeah, we're technically not done, but like in a way we're kinda
For now.
is for now. But it's like okay, I think about like like Metallica, like they're having their newer like album come out this year. It's
Yeah.
like I know like at some point we're gonna get to Metallica,
Oh God.
but like way down in the future
Oh yeah.
because there's so many albums of theirs. But I remember like when you were talking about the Pink Floyd one,
Oh
I said
man.
oh I was like well there's like a lot of albums and I had picked out like six.
And the
Out
thing
of
is,
like
we've already listened to one on our own because I was like,
yeah,
Dice
Dark Side of
Show.
the Moon, yeah.
Because, like, the thing is, Shom, the radio station I listened to, they played it on a classic vinyl Sunday night, which is where they pick a random vinyl and they play it. And they did it for their 50th anniversary. And I got to listen to it in full. I'm like, okay, Dice Show needs to hear this. So I hurried up. I'm like, Dice Show, go listen to Dark Side of the Moon. And I
Yeah.
don't think he regretted it either.
No, I said to her point blank, I said, "Wow, that took me on a fucking journey."
It's a life changing album, and I'm on like to be honest, it makes you kind of just want to explore more on my own of Pink Floyd. And like if I find something good, once again, I will send it your way. I'm sure, like I usually do. I feel like this should be something that we should do like on our own,
Right.
like one of those kind of things. Like I'm gonna try to get to "Wish You Were Here" next. It's like I think 5 tracks, but um, there's like really like it's hard to explain. It's a weird album. It's still like pretty long. Um,
Because I've heard weirder.
it's kind of like I don't know. Like I'd have to. I don't want to look at the tracks right now, but I want to listen to that. I want to listen to The Wall. I want to listen to the Animals because that one's supposed to be their dark album, which I've mentioned before on the show. I want to listen to the Division Bell because I gave somebody that for album exchange last week.
Mhm.
So I'd like to listen to that as well. That's from the '90s. This was after Roger Waters left the band. Fuck Roger Waters, by the way. Sorry, but fuck him.
Um, Well, another pilgrimage that we're on right now is Def Leppard pilgrimage right now.
Leopard, we're only on our third album. Tonight we're listening to the album X from 2002. Oh boy.
Now, I said before, like, just go in with low expectations,
Right.
because it's like, didn't I think we did that with Nine, right? Did we do that with Nine or California?
California, we because like a lot of people didn't really have high expectations for California. Like nobody was really praising it up. So we kind of went in like open minded, and it turns out I fucking loved that album.
Right. And I remember like the first album that we did for Blink was Neighborhoods, and you liked that album
Oh
too.
my god, yes. I want to go back and listen to it again. I might do that. Like I just want to like spend a weekend just like re-listen to a whole bunch of albums that like I either didn't appreciate enough or I want to appreciate more of.
Right.
But yeah, with Def Leppard, we've made it through High and Dry. That was our first one from 1981, and then we just finished Hysteria last week from 1987. That album was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was like over an hour.
Yeah, it was long. And this one that we're listening to tonight, I think it's like 55 minutes or something like that.
Hmm.
But this one's a little skeptical because Def Leppard tried doing a couple genre changes over their
And it
career,
did not work.
and for like the critical reception, it just didn't work. In '95 with Slang, they tried to fit in with the grunge genre because grunge was huge. Grunge was exploding in the '90s. It kind of took over everything. So, with that said, it kind of caused a lot of '80s hair metal bands to kind of drop off, fall off the spectrum, which really sucked because like a lot of these '80s bands worked hard to get to where they were. But unfortunately, grunge took over. A lot of grunge bands came to play, like Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl
Foo
Jam,
Fighters.
Foo Fighters later in the '90s, and it kind of really took a toll on a lot of these '80s bands. And that's kind of what happened with Def Leppard. Like they wanted to stay relevant, so in 1995 they released Slang, and they tried to fit in with the grunge stuff. It did not work. Um, Fast forward to 2002 when pop was kind of on the rise now for like the early 2000s. Like a lot of these pop groups were coming to play, like Backstreet Boys. um Help me out, I don't listen to 2000s pop.
I was gonna say like In Sync.
NSYNC, yeah. Like why am I thinking boy bands? Like I should be thinking like solo artists. Oh,
Well,
Justin Timberlake, like
no,
he was big.
yeah, Justin Timberlake.
Britney Spears.
I was gonna say maybe Maroon 5, but
That
that's
was like
like,
later on. Like
yeah,
I'm
that's
thinking
later
like
on.
early
Uh,
2000s.
Savage Garden. That's like, well, that's kind of like '90s, like late
Yeah.
'90s
See,
to
as you
early
can see, we
2000s.
don't know 2000s pop at all.
Hey, we're not cultured.
No. But anyways, so back to what I was saying. With X, they tried to fit in with the pop genre, and once again, it did not work.
Mm-mm.
And it sucks, you know. Like I get that they were trying to experiment, they were trying to fit in. It just didn't work. Def Leppard fans wanted the original classic Def Leppard sound that they grew to love, and that's kind of what we heard with like High and Dry and Hysteria, like classic Def Leppard sound.
Right. And it was good because like Hysteria, when I listened to it with you, like there was like a lot of songs on the album that I did know, like Full In, well, Hysteria, obviously, uh,
Foolin's not on that album, but
well, never mind. But
Rocket, you knew Rocket.
yeah, I knew Rocket, I knew Full In too, but no, that's not on
That's
the album.
Pyromania. I can't wait to get to that one. Oh my god. I'm gonna go nuts for that album.
um, but yeah, I remember like a lot of songs off of that album. It was like I was like, okay, well, I was like, no, I know, I know a lot of these songs.
Like right now I'm trying to figure out, okay, am I vibing with the old Def Leppard or the new Def Leppard or like the middle range Def Leppard? Because like for me, old Def Leppard is like,
Slaps.
let me think. So it's like On Through the Night, High and Dry, and Pyromania. That's like old. And then like mid era would be like
Hysteria.
Hysteria, Adrenalize,
Mm,
um, Slang, and Euphoria.
Mm-hmm.
Those four would be like mid Def Leppard, and then like now Def Leppard's like 2002 and up. So like I'm trying to figure out what I'm more into. I think right now, as of right now, as it stands, I'm into the old Def Leppard because High and Dry is currently sitting at the top of my list.
Yeah, High and Dry and like Hysteria
Hysteria.
and that we just did. Like it was like two solid albums to start out.
Hmm.
And then like right now it's like it's gonna take a little bit of downturn, but I mean you never know.
Right. I'm actually really curious to hear like the modern Def Leppard stuff, like from like '08 to now. Because like obviously they released a new album last year. I haven't heard any of it. I've only heard one song on the radio and it was
Hmm.
Kick. I'm really interested to hear what they sound like now. Like not just
Right.
with that one song. Like I want to hear more. Um, but yeah, I am definitely excited to continue this pilgrimage. So by next month, when we come back to shoot the shit for episode 6, we should be almost at the halfway mark, or actually more than that mark maybe.
Uh yeah, we should. Cause
Yeah.
like cause next month would be almost yeah, we'd be yeah, halfway through.
Wow. So we'll have another update. um, now,
That's what we think.
do you remember how I had mentioned just a little bit ago how I want to go back and re-listen to albums that I didn't give enough? Like I feel like that they deserve like another chance. Like I didn't appreciate them the first time around.
Hmm.
Now I've been contemplating. I'm thinking about going back and re-listening to Flick of the Switch from 1983. Um, I don't know. Like I just feel like I should give that one another chance because I gave Ballbreaker another chance. And to be
That
honest,
sucked.
that album's actually starting to grow on me now.
Really.
Yeah,
That's
it kind of
shocking.
like if I had to change my rankings, Ballbreaker would definitely be ahead of Rocker Bust and Flick.
That's shocking.
Yeah, like it's actually starting to kind of grow on me now. Like I like the Boogeyman. I like Hard as a Rock, Cover You in Oil, Ballbreaker, obviously. Call Me to Pants Down, Love Bomb, Hail Caesar. Hail Caesar's fucking great. Oh, Hail Caesar!
Caesar!
Hail!
Hail!
That song's really good. It's one of those hidden gems, like, and that's what I love about music. I love hidden gems that don't get enough attention, but like you come across them, it's just like, oh my god, I love this song. Like,
Just a little sidebar here.
mhm.
Since you were talking about new music, I had listened to some of the Warning's new stuff.
Oh, you have.
Yeah, I had saw a music video for one of their songs called "Choke."
Yes, I like that song too.
That was really good. It's really kick ass. I remember that.
That's one of their
Um,
mainstream songs on Show 'em. Show 'em plays that a lot.
and even though yeah, it's a three-person group and stuff like that. Like I remember, like I just saw one day it it brought back a memory. They did the cover of The Pretender, where
They
they're at like
did.
yeah, they're like out in this like not like desert, but it was just like it was like a very dry kind of like place, and um you see like the wind blowing and stuff, and I'm like okay, and then you hear the I was like oh shit. But this is like before like like they had hit the mainstream, like where they're at now, sort of thing.
Yeah, they have fucking exploded over the past year or so. Like,
Hmm.
they have opened up for a variety of bands. Muse was their most recent one. Opened up for 3 Days Grace last year in at the Bell Center in Montreal. Um,
That's
they
cool.
have just been on fire lately, and I am so happy. Like, I love like how do I say it? Like on this show, we tend to like try to bring to attention the rock groups that don't get enough attention now. Like the rock groups that we think are going to hit it big. And
Hmm.
this is one of them. Like definitely this is one of them.
Yeah, like, and they've had like several albums by this point too.
Yeah.
which is crazy.
My favorite track is still Money. Like that's my favorite track.
But yeah, it's like it just brought since you brought that up, I was like, oh, so I gotta talk about that. I've got to talk about it.
I'm trying to think. Okay. Oh yeah, another new music thing. Well, it's not really new. This album's been out since the '90s. Um, my friend Corey, who you guys might remember, he joined us for what 3 episodes?
Yeah, the last one he was on was the
Nostalgia
season
days.
finale of
Yeah.
Nostalgia Days. Yeah.
So Corey, he's in our Discord server, and I do album exchange every other week. I just so happened to get his album, and his album was Into the Great Wide Open by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Now, if y'all know me well enough, I'm a pretty big fan of Tom Petty, and
Hmm.
I'm jealous for one reason because Dystro lives in fucking Florida, and he lives like really close to Tom Petty Park, and it's just like,
It's very pretty, the scenery wise and stuff of it, and what I've showed you from picture wise, it's like there's like a little uh like a sign, and it has Tom Petty like looking cool and stuff like
like
that.
it's from his Refugee album.
Um, but like I mean, there's not much like walking trail wise. It's just like there's like a tennis court, like two tennis courts. There's like a little like area that you can like play basketball in or racquetball or something. Um, and then like there's like a little like walking trail, and then behind that there's like a little playground and all that stuff. And it's like it was very pretty. Um,
Yeah, I'm jealous.
well, I mean, like I've told you before, come on
I
down.
know, I know. So, anyways, so I had the absolute pleasure of getting to listen to the full album Into the Great Wide Open, and this was actually my second full album I've listened to because I remember I listened. I own Full Moon Fever by Tom Petty as well. I own that one, so I have heard that one in full. But this is my second one I've heard in full, and it was awesome. Like I love hearing like deep cut tracks from Tom Petty that I've never heard before, just like with any other group. And I think my favorite was probably Out in the Cold. Like that one stands out the most to me.
Hmm.
I'm kind of mad that you didn't get it. Like I'm kind of like I was like, damn, like Daisha lives like right near like Tom Petty Park. Like I really wish he would have got this album. Like he needs to look into Tom Petty more.
But I did have the pleasure of being uh submersed in the Foo Fighters recently
Oh boy.
because I got the color and the shape.
Yeah,
Um,
you lucky fucker.
so by the time by the time that we do by the time we do Foo Fighters in the summer, our pilgrimage of that, I'll be 2 albums ahead
Yeah, look
because
at
we're
you. You're
doing
fucking 2 albums ahead. I haven't even fucking started.
because because next week, right? Next week it
I
was
think so.
be
Yeah, it is next week. I had to
so
confirm
next
it.
week so next week would be doing Echo, Silence, Patience, and Grace, in honor of Taylor Hawkins, who had passed away last year. Um, so with that in mind, yeah, we'll be 2 album. I'll be 2 albums ahead, but I think we kind of like had a little bit of agreement. Like you would want to listen to the color, and the shape on your own, so then you'd be caught up.
Yeah,
So
but
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
yeah, it is fair. I'm just like thinking, like, oh my god, it's been almost a year since we lost Taylor Hawkins. I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing. I was downstairs, just doing my typical like surfing through social media, and I get on Discord and fucking I don't know who shared it on our server. I don't know. It might have been Faded. I don't know.
I think it was Faded.
And he's like, "No, Taylor Hawkins passed away." I'm like, "What?"
They're
And
saying psych. It's like
I
please say
checked
psych.
I checked Twitter. Shit, the fool. What the fuck happened? He's only 50.
Yeah. There was like it was like there was nothing said about what caused it. which is the scariest thing because
It
like
is.
it was like the exact same thing that happened to Bob Saget and stuff,
Oh, don't remind me.
but then it was like wasn't it like something in it was like in his head or something that
Yeah,
caused his death.
accidental trauma to the head. That's what they're saying. Like, I don't know if he took a fall and then like went to bed and like thought nothing of it. Like, that's scary. Like, I
Yeah,
don't want to like fall on the ice and just like fucking die like 3 hours later. Like, what the
yeah.
fuck?
And it's like it was so bizarre too because like I remember um we were about to do the pod that night
Yeah.
and you had told me you were like Bob Saget passed away. I was like, what?
Literally on our first fucking episode. Like, this is back when we were a three-piece.
Yeah. Um,
I
it was
think
like,
one of our old friends shared it to us on Discord at the time.
yeah.
And I literally just like I was like in shock. Like I'm like, are you kidding me? Danny Tanner passed away. Like
Right.
that was like
It
my
was
first thought.
it was a shock to the system, no pun intended. But it
Oh
was a
my
shock. It was a shock to the system to both of us because it's like, um, he was like America's TV dad next to Uncle Phil. Because it's
yeah.
like, because like Uncle Phil, like he was kind of like him and Danny, they were like both similar in their own way.
Yeah. I grew up watching Full House with my sister. When I told her about it, she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, like he fucking died. Like I was not expecting that. Like and the thing is, I bought a Bob Saget comedy DVD about a few months later
Hmm.
before they sold out. So I got very lucky. I watched it. It's fucking hilarious. He sings a song about his dog,
Oh
which
yeah, I remember that.
oh
You
my
showed me
god.
the clip of that.
So I'm looking at Taylor Hawkins' Wikipedia page. I don't know. They haven't announced any official cause of death, which is a little odd. Says that they did a urine toxicology test. It indicated that he had about 10 different substances in his system at the time of his death, including opioids,
God damn.
antidepressants, THC, benzodiazepines. Yeah. So
Damn.
I don't know he was on opioids. So like you could never tell like he was like suffering.
Right. It's like I know this is like way long ago, but it's like remember when Chester had passed?
Oh man, yeah. I remember where I was when that happened too.
I remember where I was when that happened too. Like I was in school when that happened, I think.
Chester died in July.
Wow. That
I
that's
was
crazy.
I was camping that year. It was this 2016, so it was my second year of camping in Canada. Nate, my cousin, if you guys remember him too, he was also on an episode with us.
Hmm.
He was with me, and he was like, he showed me something on Facebook. I'm like, Chester Bennington. Oh shit, that's Lincoln Park. What happened? Like I hurried up, quickly grabbed my freaking device at the time, and I checked with the little servers I had, and it turns out he'd freaking committed suicide. I'm like, oh my god, like
It's it was weird that a lot of the songs that we know now is like he had like a lot of pain behind them.
yeah,
Especially with the recent one, Lost.
yes, Lost is really good.
Um, because like every time he would always like like I tried to keep this pain hidden inside of me and stuff, and I always tear up when that happens because it's like
Yeah,
a lot of people go through all that shit like on a daily basis, and it's not good.
it's really not. Like I've been there, and I'm like what 2 years now almost. Like I'm
Yeah.
like the happiest I've been in a very long time. Um, like yeah, I still have my moments. Like I'm not depressed by all means. I'm absolutely not. I'm far from it. I'm out of that hole. But like I have my moments. Like this past month I had a couple sad moments. Obviously, like I said, you know about it. But like
Mhm.
we're humans, like we have to have emotions.
Yeah, we're not robots.
I am a meme
I am
bot.
Spongetron.
I don't know.
I
Um
am Spongetron.
but like yeah, like I'm
it,
not gonna
it
go into like I don't know, like before I like switch gears here, I want to like just trying to like think what was I gonna say. Oh, but yeah, with Chester, like I feel like his death, like for me, it was like it goes like this: Chester, Tom Petty, who the fuck else am I thinking? Chester, Tom Petty,
Danny.
Bob Saget, and Malcolm Young. All four of those are like the deaths that really hit me.
Hmm.
Especially like now that I think about Malcolm, like that's scary. Like Malcolm Young, he died from dementia. It's scary because like I've said this before with ACDC, if Angus dies, we're fucked. Because like Angus is the last member, like founding member. Because you remember Brian Johnson was not there in the beginning; it was
Hmm.
Bond. Um, he's the last founding member really left. Because like Phil only came back like just for a little bit for the last album. Cliff came back from retirement for the last album.
Hmm.
Brian, I don't know what he's doing, but Angus is still like there. But like I haven't heard anything about touring or anything like that. So like if Angus dies, it's game over. Because like Angus is like the one like taking the reins now for everything. Because originally it was the Young brothers doing it together. Now it's
Hmm.
just Angus. So it's just like if he dies, it's game over for
Hmm.
ACDC. There is no replacing Angus Young. You
Hmm.
cannot.
Yeah, you can't really replace Mount or Angus. You can't really replace him.
I
You
just realized
can't.
I forgot a fifth person. Eddie Van Halen. His fucking death hit me hard.
Yeah. Um, it's like a lot of these celebrity deaths and stuff. It's like, yeah, some people may think like, oh, it's just a death. It's like, no, like there's a lot of like for some of us, like as like connoisseurs of music and like comedy and stuff like that, like we both are. It's like those deaths mean a lot to us and it impacts us very much. A lot of
Yeah,
people don't know that. They don't they don't realize that, like as like not as like musicians, but it's like as connoisseurs of music, like we don't want them to go, but it's like we're not trying to be selfish, but it's like like if they were still here with us today, it's like they would be still kicking ass all the time. you know.
absolutely. And like, man, but whew. All right, so I think we have enough time for one little more talk. I think I'm just gonna suck it up and just like talk about like how I've actually felt last month to the public. I'm not gonna go into super detail, but like I'm just gonna like basically just ask like a general question, and like a lot of people might relate. Like, okay, so you ever just have somebody that you had in your life for like, oh god, let's give it a number, 3 years. We'll go 3 years. And like when you first meet them, you really like grow attached to that version of that person. But then like as years go on, they kind of you didn't want to see or meet kind of thing. Like you didn't want that version of them. And it
Mhm.
just sucks because like that's how I felt this past month. Like a certain somebody, like I'm just like, okay, I miss this version of this person. Like why can't we go back to that? What happened? Like that kind of thing. Like obviously I know what happened, but like it just sucks. Like and you can't do anything about it because like time's already flown by. You can't change the past. You can't do anything like that. Once somebody's changed to the way they are now, it's hard to get them to go back. And I completely get that, but like it freaking hurts. Like I almost cried earlier today. It fucking hurts. It really does. And like fuck. Okay. 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 Yeah,
Uh,
it hurts. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it sucks because it's like
Yeah.
you know you've known this person for like however many years. Like there's been some friends of mine, Marissa, that like I've known them for like all of my life, but then like as soon as like they've grown like how should I say like they've grown kind of like out of that person that they used to be and stuff that it's like what the hell happens, like we used to be best friends and it's just like now you've gone to a whole completely different crowd And I mean, it's okay to cry about it, Marissa. It's okay. Like, you know, where me, I am here for you. You know that.
Yeah.
And uh, but it's like, it's like I think, like you've always said, like it's good to give some people a second chance, but like I know, like for you personally, it might just take a little bit more time to get them that
Yeah.
second chance. But
It's just like I'm really just like thinking right now. It's just like, whew, because I've been talking to my sister about it the past months, and like she knows everything. Like I've told you, I've told my sister,
mhm,
and I've told Ken. So like that's about it. Because like you guys are like really really close to me,
mhm,
and I know you guys wouldn't judge me no matter what.
mhm,
Um, it just sucks because like the first year that I met slash knew this person, it was great. It was like literally the best year of my life. Like it was just like it's it's so hard to talk about because like I don't want to like mention the person just for the sake of that. Um, but it was literally the best year of my life, and my sister can vouch on me for that. She agrees. But like after 2020 came and gone, it just really started to crumble. Like
mhm.
something changed in said person and myself for that matter. I'm not saying I am completely innocent in any of this. I know I'm not. Like something changed in us. I feel like the pandemic really put a lot of strain on a lot of people, not just like friendships and stuff and relationships, just as people. It really
Right.
changed a lot of things. And like now, said person is like a completely different person. Like this person's like it's not the same person I remember, and it
Mhm.
sucks. And like I kind of blame myself in a lot of ways for that because I'm not completely innocent in any of this, and it just sucks because like you regret so much, but like you can't do anything about it. Like you can't change the past, stuff like that. But again, it still hurts. It is going to hurt.
Right.
I haven't cried in a very long time.
Hey, it's
I
alright.
I really haven't. If that tells you how happy I've been. But like I know I've changed as a person, but like I don't think I've changed like drastically to the point where I hate the way I changed. Like,
Right. I get you on that. Because
like
it's
I'm
like,
more like bubbly now.
hey, I haven't changed since I came out of my mama's womb. I know that.
Oh god.
Hey, and
God damn it.
I can say that wholeheartedly.
Baby came sliding out. You didn't fall on the floor. That's an achievement.
No, hey, look, listen, like my mom can tell you point blank how much I weighed, what time I was born, and what date I was born.
I know the time I was born, it was like 2:20 in the afternoon.
Mine was like 12 hours. It was like a 12, like it was like 12-hour maybe plus birth. It took a long time to get me out.
Like I knew exactly what time I came out. It was like 2:20, but my mom had a C-section. Like yeah, because they had complications with me. I had the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck, so they had to get
Oh
me
my
out.
god.
Yeah, they had to get me out. So, but I'm like going off track here. But
No,
like, it's just like, yeah, that's really how I felt the past month. Like I've been trying to like keep it, on the down low. Like some days I was fine, and like some days like I would think of something. It was like, oh, I'm never gonna get that back. I'm never gonna get that version of that person back. Like I recently just saw like a picture pop up on Facebook, I think.
it was memories, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, somewhat. I was just going through my pictures on my Facebook just to see like what I've uploaded the past couple of years. One picture popped up. I think it was 2019. It was like spring. It was like May. It was at the rec park in my hometown, and I guess at the time I was living with my mom. I remember that we hung out at the rec park and stuff, and we took pictures. Like I propped my phone up against something at the rec park. I don't know what it was, and I set the timer and we took pictures and stuff. Like it's just those moments. Like I feel like I didn't savor those moments in enough. Like I feel like I took it for granted. And you really don't realize that until time has passed. And that's what sucks. Like like what I realize in life, you gotta live it moment by moment. Like you cannot take this shit for granted because nothing lasts forever. Well, in my case, nothing lasts forever because I am hard to be with.
Well, I mean, hey, we've been friends
In a
for like
good
what,
way.
2 years now, so it's like I've learned how to deal with you on a daily basis.
Right, and Ken's been with me for like 6 years, so like, yeah, but
I don't know how he deals with you.
oh my god. But yeah, like I said, you gotta just live moment by moment. You gotta savor every moment in life because it like I said, nothing lasts forever. Like eventually it's just all gonna become memories, and that's kind of what happened over here with me. Oh, I need a drink.
Have a drink on me.
Drinking sun kiss because like tears. But yeah, I'm just praying that yeah, just praying that shit goes well. Why is my phone not working? There we go. Oh my god, I feel like a jackass because I literally just like spilled tears all over my face. But, you know, it's fine. Anyways, I think I've rambled on enough. I hope you guys enjoyed Shoot the Shit, episode 5. I really like doing Shoot the Shit because, like, we can open up about anything. Like, whether it's funny or something we've listened to or personal matters, like I just did. Like, it's good to get it out. It
Right.
really fucking is. I feel so much better afterward. And Dystro, I know, like, I ramble, but, like I said, it's good to get it out,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I just thank you for listening. And you guys too. Like, thank you guys for listening. If you guys stuck around this long. Uh,
Just have the
but
tissue on standby, like, here you go.
thanks, Dystro. Oh my
You're
god.
welcome.
Alright, so let's wrap up this episode in a good way. So, this Sunday, let's see. Oh, cool. We're doing another revisited episode. So, this Sunday, we are revisiting our top 10 AC/DC songs episode that we did last year. This is going to be fun because at this time, I don't think we knew anything. Like, we knew like some of the big hits and like we knew some of like very few of the deep cut tracks. So,
Yeah. I had took the liberty and wrote down my picks and your picks for last year. I've done my picks for this year. My list has completely changed, obviously, since we're more uh mastered in ACDC now. After like what taking like it was like 2 months.
2 months. It took us 2 months to listen to 17 albums, but we were doing like 2 albums a week.
Yeah, a week. Yeah, so I mean, we started out fine, and then it took a little bit of a turn, and then went back up, and then took a turn, and then went back up. But it's like it's building blocks.
So what we're going to do is we're going to compare our list from last year to this year. I already wrote down my list a couple
Mhm.
weeks ago. I'm not going to change it. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, right, right.
So if you guys are interested in seeing that, tune in this Sunday. I'm very excited. I love doing the revisited episodes because like it's like a blast from the past. It's like, oh my god, we were such babies back then. Like we know everything now about this group.
Right. It's like when we did the Billy Talent one.
Oh man.
That was fun.
It
That was fun.
was. It was. Okay, nice show. You got song of the night, so
Yes. So since I had brought them up, I'm probably gonna just do the warning.
ooh,
Uh,
okay.
I'm gonna do choke because
Yes.
it's like one of their like mainstream songs. Um, it's a really yeah, golf clap, golf clap. It's like one of those like kick ass songs and stuff like that. And I saw the music video for it. It's simple, but it shows a lot of emotion behind their lyrics and stuff. So that's my
So
song.
that's a good song. So if you guys want to hear the song "Choke" by The Warning, be sure to click on the top right hand corner of the episode at the very end. There should be a link that pops up. Go ahead and click on that. It should take you to the video. Go listen to it.
Hmm.
give them some love. Like, I love the Warning. I really freaking do. And I can't wait to see where they go.
Right, right, right.
So, if you guys stuck around to the very end, we really appreciate your support. Be sure to follow us on social media by clicking on the link in the description below, which should take you to Linktree. Dystro's gaming YouTube channel is on that link, and he's getting pretty close to his 500 subscriber goal.
Yeah. I am at the time of this recording. I am at 473.
Wow, okay. So, what he does, he uploads weekly gaming content, and sometimes I'm in there too. We just played Gang Beasts last night.
Yeah.
So,
That was fun. That was
oh
really
my
fun.
god, that was fun. Go ahead and check out his stuff. Go subscribe to him. Share his stuff around. Do what you gotta do. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Reddit to keep up to date with the podcast in case something goes wrong, we can't upload, that kind of thing. Once again, be sure to go listen to tonight's song of the night, Choke by The Warning. And that's it. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll catch you guys this Sunday. Peace.
Peace.